Here we go.
Disconnected.
That is a really nice logo. That Rise Up logo, that is a really nice logo. Real nice logo. Very modern looking.
Oxen. FM radio. Bluetooth. Connected.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. You know what time it is. M&T live at the Apollo. Yes. I'm your host, Andre the Torch Robinson, in the building, in the heart of the city, right here, Jefferson and Utica, the Apollo Media Center, of course. This is M&T live at the Apollo. And yes, you see a different M here today. There's a different M. There's not the monster, Joe Monster McDowell. Prayers go out to my guy. But we do have another M in the building that you've seen plenty of times. You've seen this guy. You've heard this guy 1,000 times over. He's Mr. Friday Night Lights himself. Phenomenal show last night, obviously. Mr. Alphabet's football talk show. Marcus the Alphabets is in the building. Marcus, what's good, man?
What's going on, fam? How you doing?
It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day.
Good to be here. I hope my man Monster. Hope he's doing all right. Stuff happens, but the show must go on, right?
Absolutely. You know the show must go on.
The show must go on.
And of course, we got a lot to talk about. Guess what? I would be amiss not to mention this guy real quick. He is in the building with me right now. It's Mr. Jaw You himself, Jeremiah Robinson, on the ones and twos today, actually giving you all this light footage, all this recording footage. Shout out to Jeremiah Robinson in the building in the back, doing this thing. NCW tonight, 6 p.m. at Eastern Hills Mall. Phenomenal wrestling show coming up. Veterans Day wrestling show coming up. I would be amiss if I did not start the show off by shouting out Sam Slade and Shadowcat and those guys. We will be on location for that. All right. With that being said, we got NFL picks to make. Marcus did his show already, so I get to get his picks again because it's Saturday, and I get to get his picks. And we got Week 10 coming up, and we already saw week game to start off the week on Thursday night. I don't know what's going on with this Amazon Prime television broadcasting, but nevertheless, we got to see the Panthers and the Falcons. I know some of y'all was watching SVU, Law and Order, SVU. I know some of y'all was trying to catch up on y'all favorite sitcoms this Thursday. But the Panthers, 25-15 over the Falcons. Marcus the Alphabets, just give me a little synopsis on Thursday night's game, what your thoughts was of Thursday night's game. Yeah.
The Falcons should have drafted Justin Fields. instead of Kyle Pitts. Okay.
Mhm.
At 4, you don't draft the tight end at 4. Okay. You should either draft it Jamar Chase, but even more so, you draft your franchise quarterback. Marcus Mariota stinks. And Donta Foreman, people, y'all need to stop sleeping on him. Y'all need to stop sleeping on him because Donta Foreman is a hell of a running back. I don't know how people just been passing this guy around. When you saw what he did when Derrick Henry got hurt last year, I thought he should have played in the playoffs. I think if they would have played him more instead of rushing Derrick Henry back, they probably win that game. But Donta Foreman is a problem. And they got the Carolina Panthers have a couple of pieces over there. They got a couple of pieces. I think they're scheduled to pick number 3. You know, Brian Burns, hell of a player. Dwayne Brown, hell of a player. J.C. Horn, hell of a player. Donta Foreman, hell of a player. DJ Moore, hell of a player. They got a couple of pieces over there that during the trade deadline people were trying to get. That they said, nah, these guys aren't available. They got a couple of guys, you know, they go into the draft. They got to figure out their quarterback situation. They drafted Matt Corral. You know, he's on IR. They didn't really see him. But does having Matt Corral prevent you from getting a guy like CJ Stroud, Bryce Young? Probably not. So Carolina, you know, they're going to fight you. And Atlanta, well, you know, Atlanta's being Atlanta, 28-3. You know, that's their MO. That's your MO. You start getting a certain MO. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Might be time to start Desmond Ridder. Might be time to start Desmond Ridder too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for the boom. I'm all for the boom. And the Atlanta Falcons just don't pack it enough. You know, the Atlanta Falcons 1 week are top of the division, and the next week they're back to being the lovable losers, I guess. Are they really that lovable though, Marcus?
No, that the lovable losers goes to somebody else's name, but I ain't gonna mention nobody. But the Falcons, they're allergic to success. Even when they start having a little success, they just find a way to just mess it up, you know? And, you know, they do a lot of stupid stuff. They do drafting Kyle Pitts at 4. When you hit a guy like Mac Jones, when you hit a guy like Justin Fields, the NFL is starting to see now with what you've seen with Justin Fields the past couple of weeks. Justin Fields is going to be good. He's going to be pretty good. The Bears are going to have to put some things around him, but you know they got the most salary cap space next year. You know, and I'm just like, man, you know, they got $130 million salary cap. They got, you know, they traded away Roquan Smith, got some picks. They traded away Robert Quinn, got some picks. I don't know. The Packers have been ruling that division for a while. I think the Bears they're coming.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because earlier in the week we had a conversation about Justin Fields and things of that nature, and you showed me some stats, and they look very similar to another person's stats that will remain nameless for the moment. But go look at his stats, and he reminds you of a certain guy who played the first 2 seasons in a blue, red, and white uniform, and you know, in year 3 picked it up. So with that being said, you are watching M&T Live at the Apollo right now, right here in the heart of the city at the Apollo Media Center. Shout out to obviously you see the ticketer, WDAP Radio. Shout out to Buffalo, Challenger News, Saturday Night Buffalo, Stadium Rant, and all those other contributors who contribute to this sports phenomenon that we call sports shows here. Now, with that being said, I got some comments I want to read real quick before we get into our picks. Before we get into our picks, my guy, what's going on? I see you, Robert Leader. What's up? The Bills make you want to shout no playoffs for the Atlanta Falcons. I can understand that. I can believe that. All right. So starting with week 10, we got the week game out of the way. All right. Now we here for the arrival of Sunday's games coming up, and we got a good one to start off the picks. Marcus, are you taking the Seahawks or are you taking the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay this week?
I'm taking. Who did I put here? That was week. Oh, I'm sorry. I got week 9. I was looking at the wrong one. I took Tampa 24-21. 24-21. I look, don't count out Tom Brady. Just don't do it. Every time you count out Tom Brady, you just saw the Falcons lose, who were leading the division last week, and I don't think Tom Brady's going to let that slide. I think Tom Brady goes over there, he handles his business. So I got it 24-21 Tampa.
All right, interesting enough. In the comment section right now, if you do not know, we are on Twitch, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitter. Yeah, man, we got lots and lots and lots of social media presence here. So let's read some of these comments on that first pick. Dalton Smith said the Seahawks. Robert Leader said the Seahawks as well. A comment was made by Dalton Smith that says Geno Smith should be the comeback player and should be in the comeback player of the year conversation. Your thoughts on that comment?
I agree. I think Saquon Barkley could have something to say about that as well. I believe what Saquon Barkley is doing is phenomenal. So, but I don't have a problem with Geno Smith up in there doing what he's doing. He's having a hell of a season. So yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Now, I am going to take the Seahawks in this game. I just think the Seahawks defense has been pretty good. And no, I'm not sleeping on Tom Brady. Obviously, Tom Brady is Tom Brady. Mr. 100,000 yards for a reason. I got divorced to play football again for a reason, for whatever his reason is. But I got the Seahawks winning this game. I think this is a pivotal game for the Seahawks to prove that they are formidable. They are who they say they are this year. A lot of people did not have the Seahawks at 6-3 at week 10. A lot of people had the Seahawks at 3-14 for the rest of the season, for the entire season. And to see Geno Smith come out here in Seattle and just, play well, mistake-free football is actually very refreshing to see. Black quarterbacks are on a leash, on a small, short, very thin string when it comes to being a quarterback in any league. So to see Geno Smith actually be able to redeem himself is actually a very feel-good story. I like it a lot. So I'm going to take the Seahawks on this one. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in again. Brad White, you are watching the M&T at the Apollo show. All right, with me and my guy Marcus the Alphabets in the building from El Paso, Texas. Giving his UTEP two-step routine right now with these picks. Yes, sir.
Man, I ain't heard that in a long time, man. The UTEP two-step. Who did it? You remember who used to do it, right?
No, I actually don't remember.
That was Tim Hardaway.
Yes, Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway, yep. I hadn't heard that in a long ass time, man. The UTEP two-step. That was
yes, sir.
I heard it in a long time. Yeah, that was before Allen Iverson and that killer crossover. That was it, man. That UTEP two-step, man. That was it.
That's a fact. Listen, this next game is a big one. Shout out to everybody that's in Bills Mafia, but you are going to have to buckle your seats this week. Tomorrow, the Bills play the Vikings. Marcus, who do you have winning this game? The Bills or the Vikings?
We all know that Josh Allen, suffered a strained UCL, and they said day to day. I heard he was doing some throwing yesterday. I don't think that that's a good idea. I would not play him. I think that you have to look long term. Do you want to win the battle or do you want to win the war? Do you want to put him out there? You want to put him out there and face further injury? Now you're talking Tommy John surgery, which is a year to a year and a half injury. We're in week 10, so you're talking about we're more than halfway through the season. This season, in the week 10, he goes out there, and I understand there's always a chance for injury. To me, it's just not worth it. He goes out there, gets a Tommy John injury, and I'm not wishing. We don't wish injury on anybody. I don't wish injury on anybody. It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to go on the football field, to go in a boxing ring, to go in an MMA octagon. But you also have to be smart, and you also have to look at long term. He goes out there and possibly gets hurt. Tommy John surgery, a year and a half. Now we're talking about the middle of next season or more. But I just haven't been impressed with Buffalo's defense. I haven't been impressed with Buffalo's defense. I think your run defense is terrible. I think Buffalo's I've been telling you guys this for years. Your running game. You have the worst running back room in the AFC East. Would you take those guys over Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson? Would you take Devin Singletary over Jeff Wilson Jr. and Mostert? Would you take them over Breece Hall and Michael Carter and now James Robinson, who was an 1,100-yard rusher in Jacksonville? You are too Josh-centric. You're too Josh-centric. You're 60-40 pass to run split. Okay, you're 60-40, 60% pass, 40% rushing, and the 40% rushing is 80% your quarterback. He's your best running back. He's your quarterback. And he plays very recklessly. We did the show yesterday talking about some of the unnecessary hits that you get. And I want to say something. All you people out there, including my co-host right here, who were so critical of Brian Dable last year, play calling, I think we got to start putting Ken Dorsey in that same category. Why are you running your quarterback all the time? Why are you throwing the ball inside of the red zone? We didn't learn anything from the Seahawks and Patriots Super Bowl. We didn't learn anything about that when you're in the goal line, and then you give away your best power back, Zach Moss. You make no move to get a bigger back. Your answer is to go get another 195-pound pass catching back who's lighting the tail. So that puts more stress on your quarterback, who has to do more. So you haven't shown me you can stop the run. 2 weeks ago, Green Bay had 200 yards rushing on you. Last week, you had 178 yards put up against you by the Jets. And this week, who comes to town other than Dalvin Cook and Alexander Mattison? Okay? You couldn't stop Michael Carter. You couldn't stop James Robinson, and now you get Dalvin Cook and Alexander Mattison. You couldn't stop Garrett Wilson last week, and this week, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and don't forget about the trade at the trade deadline, TJ Hawkinson. I think he'll have something to say. So I have Minnesota 31-21, and I don't care if Josh was playing. I think it's a bad matchup because you all have not shown me with a team who's more balanced, who has balance, that you're able to stop the run. So I have it 31-21, 31-21. Are we still live?
Oh yeah, we still live. YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch right now, for sure. Listen, Marcus, I think I seen the light on a couple of things.
Okay.
Seen the light came on when you were talking. So you spoke about Brian Dable and that play calling. Ken Dorsey sometimes does have a tendency of being a little overzealous with the play calling. So I won't disagree with you there. But what I will say is he's not Brian Dable. Not yet. Let's not put him in the same pool yet. You want to give
Brian Dable is in the coach of the year conversation right now. He's in the coach of the year conversation right now.
Yeah, he's also been in the conversation for worst 6-2 team in NFL history too.
Hey, okay, and that's all good, but he's in that conversation to take Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones and no receivers, and reviving Saquon Barkley's career to go 6-2. I think that takes a lot, considering all of the coaches that the New York Giants have had.
I guess.
I don't see.
I guess that
it's waiting for a live video signal. The broadcast is waiting to signal. It should resume shortly. I don't know. I can't see the feed.
Yeah, the feed will come back in a moment. I'm
Okay.
fixing that feed in a moment. Don't worry about it.
You
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens when I can't even specify. We're going to just keep going until I can do what I got to do. You know, Lions, Tigers, and Bears out there that be watching. Speaking of Lions and Tigers and Bears, we got Lions and Bears coming up this week. Which team, Marcus? Lions, Bears.
The Lions defense is atrocious. The Lions defense is absolutely atrocious. Last week, Justin Fields, he broke the single game rushing record for a regular season game for a quarterback with 178 yards rushing. I don't see the Lions being able to stop him and Montgomery and his new toy, Chase Claypool. So I have the Bears 21-14 Bears.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bears in this one too. It just, Justin Fields is starting to emerge even more. So I'm definitely taking the Bears in this one. The Bears have the better defense, and they're better. They're a better team at home. They're 2-2 at home. Detroit has not won a road game yet, and most likely they will not win a road game this week either. So I will take the Bears. All right. It's interesting enough, though, because we talk about certain receivers, and these two teams, you would think that these two teams are super similar as far as what's going on with their teams. Jared Goff is underachieving quarterback. Justin Fields was kind of underachieving, but starting to get his weight up a little bit. Did you know Justin Fields has 602 yards rushing this year?
No. We all knew how explosive. Well, most of us knew how explosive he was. There was a controversy the other day on a show. Ryan Clark took a former Steelers safety, Ryan Clark, who's an analyst for ESPN now. He took a lot of heat because he said that Justin Fields was the most explosive quarterback with the ball in his hands after Lamar Jackson, and certain fan bases went absolutely crazy. I guess they don't know what the term explosive means. That means whenever you touch the ball, you can take it to the house every time you touch the ball. So he took a lot of flack for that. So no, it doesn't surprise me that he has, but having a 178-yard rushing game, that'll certainly help out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Chicago Bears, by the way, are a 60% FPI winner this week, according to ESPN. You mentioned ESPN. They are 60% winner this week. Broncos Titans in Tennessee.
I changed my pick. I'm going Broncos. Half of the Titans defense is out. Their defensive tackle, he's out. Bud Dupree, he's out. They have nobody on defense. They have nobody on the injury report came out today, and I was just like, wow. Like I was surprised. It came out this morning, and last night when I did the show, it was I picked the Titans, and then I saw the injury report this morning. I'm like, oh man, I got to change my picks, man. Jeffrey Simmons out, Bud Dupree out, linebacker Zach Cunningham out, Amani Hooker out, and Josh Thompson are out for Sunday's game. I mean, that's practically like 4 or 5 starters on your defense. So Broncos are coming off of a bye week. So I'm changing my pick for Broncos, 21-12 Broncos.
21-12 Broncos, really? Wow. So are you ecstatic about Russell Wilson's play as of late?
No. I mean, he's for him to be the second highest paid player in the league, no, I'm not. But you know, they are playing a little bit better, but no. for you making $48 million a year, no, I don't think that he's playing up to his contract. Okay,
so these two teams have a lot of similarities as well. I'm gonna say that again. A lot of similarities. Russell Wilson, 1,694 yards, 6 touchdowns this year, 4 interceptions. Ryan Tannehill, only 1,100 yards, but he has 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Melvin Gordon, we thought Melvin Gordon was going to be a good back in this league, and we found out that Melvin Gordon fell off the wagon a little bit. Derrick Henry has been, doing what Derrick Henry does, 9 touchdowns and 870 yards. And you think that somehow the Broncos are winning this game? I get the injury.
I didn't before I saw this injury report. Jeffrey Simmons, short of Aaron Donald and Cam Hayward and maybe Chris Jones from the Chiefs, is probably a top 5 defensive tackle. So yeah, losing him and your best edge rusher and Bud Dupree, losing your best linebacker and Zach Cunningham, yeah, that changes it for me. And yes, I know Derrick Henry, he'll probably have a great game, but you're starting Malik Willis and half of your defense is gone. So give me the Broncos.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Titans on this one, y'all. Taking the Titans. Dalton Smith said Broncos 13-7. Yeah, I'm taking the Titans. You guys are taking the Broncos. I'm taking the Titans this week. All right. Jags and Chiefs. This is a no-brainer.
This is a blowout here. I love what Patrick Mahomes. I think he's jumped back into the top of the MVP conversation, along with Jalen Hurts and Tua. We got to start giving Tua some props, man, for what he's doing over there. He's undefeated as a starter. But yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes, he works his magic. I got it 35-17 KC.
35-17?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of points. I'm not giving the Jaguars 17 points.
I was being a little generous. We're a month
away.
Are
you being generous? Marcus, here you go again. Being generous.
I was being generous.
Okay, you know what? I think my new password is going to be Marcus Generous. All right. No, this one is a blowout. 31-10. Chiefs. Browns Dolphins coming up. My goodness. You better think about this pick, sir. You better think about this one.
This one was really tough. I like what I saw from Cleveland last week against Cincinnati. They ran the football, and get after the quarterback. I'm not wishing injury on anybody, but I believe Cleveland's pass rush is going to get after Tua this week. I think they're going to get after him. Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, and I think they're going to slow down the receivers a little bit. You got Denzel Ward, you got Greedy Williams, you got Greg Newsome. I think I have a close game. I had it 28-26 Cleveland.
28-26 Cleveland. Ooh, you starting to believe in those Cleveland Browns, huh?
When you can run the football and play good defense, that's a very good formula. I believe this is also their last week without their Deshaun Watson. Last week. This is week 10. He got 11 games. No, the game after this, because y'all play him next week. Y'all aren't going to see him. This is the second to last game before Deshaun Watson comes back.
They play Houston, sir. The game he plays.
I know that's what I'm saying. Y'all play it. Buffalo plays them next week. He won't be there. That's the last game. Their next week is their last game without him.
Correct. Absolutely. All right. With that being said, I'm taking the Dolphins this week. Shout out to Dave Renard. Even though he gives the Buffalo fan base a whole lot of stank on you.
He's worse than me. He's worse.
Yeah, he's worse than you. He gives them a whole lot of stank on you. But I'll say this: the Miami Dolphins. I am very proud of what I've seen from Miami Dolphins. Cannot say that I'm not proud. Once again, Tua Tagovailoa, a guy who a lot of people thought was going to be a bust, right? We had bust vibes on Tua. Can't get the job done vibes on Tua. Well,
isn't it amazing when they put good receivers and good players around you, how well you start playing? Whenever you have a 50% completion percentage and then they put, a top-notch wide receiver around you and competent coaching around you, and the coaching staff believes in you. Isn't it amazing how that all turns around? Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. I see where you're going, Marcus. You know what? You've been on some stuff today since we talked since 2:00 this afternoon. You ain't baiting me. You ain't baiting me. Shout out to Will Bombard. Shout out to Derek Williams right now. That's watching M&T Live at the Apollo right here, in the heart of the city, Jefferson Avenue, and West Utica. In Utica, East Utica. Sorry.
When you get a top-notch wide receiver, because in the offseason, all I heard was, "Oh man, what is Tyreek Hill going to be without Patrick Mahomes? What is he going to be without Patrick Mahomes? He's nothing. He's got noodle arm. He can't even throw the ball down the field. He can't throw the ball. He can only throw the ball 5 or 6 yards." You know who's number one in receiving yardage right now, George?
Yeah, Marcus, but did you really think that he was gonna be that great with Tua?
I didn't think he'd be the number one receiver in the league, but I thought he'd still be pretty good. Like I was saying in the offseason, you don't have to throw the ball 50 yards down the field. This guy can take a 5-yard slant. He can take a jet sweep. He can take a wide receiver screen, and he is a legitimate home run threat every time he touches the ball. You don't have to throw. Oh, Tua can't throw the ball that far. He doesn't have to throw it that far. He can throw it 10 yards, and he just outrun everybody down the field. So, that's when you have that type of speed, he's going to get a cushion because people are terrified that he's going to run past us. So you watch a lot of the corners that play him, they're playing 10 yards off of him because they're afraid he's going to run by him.
Hydration.
Pretty good.
When you give your team hydration. Marcus is saying that the Miami Dolphins got some hydration when they got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and those guys. And they're playing pretty good. I can't deny that they're not playing pretty good, because they are. They're playing pretty good.
Who's number 5? Who's number 5 in receiving yards through week 9? Do you know?
Yeah.
Not too bad for a guy. Not too bad with a guy who's got a noodle arm. That's what I was told. He got a noodle arm. He can't throw the ball too far. Got two receivers in the top 5 and receiving yardage.
Yeah, but there's some people who didn't even believe Tua would be this good, and they're in the Miami Dolphin fan base. No comment. I'll leave it at that. They didn't believe in Tua either.
That's true.
I ain't letting you slide. No, we ain't letting you slide now because you didn't believe in Tua. Okay. Now with that being said, though, all right, I'm taking the Dolphins. They've been doing a pretty good job of what they've been doing, and this race is going to be a race. This race is going to be a race for a while. The AFC East will be a race for a while. I will be one who thought, be honest, thought the Bills would blow this division out of the water real quick, and they haven't won the division game yet. So, yeah, tastes like vinegar saying that, but it's the truth. Also, something else I might as well say on the show because I said it to a certain someone earlier, and I'm willing to put it out here in public. Okay, Marcus the Alphabets.
Yeah.
The reason why the AFC East will be such a race is not because there is a disparity in defenses. There's not much of a disparity in defenses, but it will be because certain teams who are really good at one thing aren't great at another. And other teams are really good at doing some of the things that these other teams like the Buffalo Bills, aka, are good at. They're not good at some other things. You're probably like, what the hell was that riddle, right? That was a whole riddle. The Buffalo Bills have the worst. The Buffalo Bills have the worst running core in the AFC East. The worst running back core in the AFC East.
Yeah.
And I need them to fix it. I need them to fix it, okay? In order to win close games, late games in the winter, you're gonna have to be able to put your helmet on, tighten that son of a pup up, tell your front line, dig in deep, and run the football to win games. That's just the truth. Truth of the matter.
I mean, you have to look at dome. You're a cold weather city. You're a cold weather city with a dome roster, and when you go, and here's the thing:
you can't play dome football.
And then the thing is, when you get in the playoffs, now you're talking about a lot of the teams that you'll probably see in the playoffs are cold weather cities, and if you don't keep pace. Now you got to go on the road. If you don't win, now you're 2 games behind in the division because you're 0-2 in the AFC East. So these other guys, the Jets and the Jets and the Dolphins have the inside track on you. You haven't seen the Patriots yet, right. But three out of the 4 teams in the AFC East are cold weather cities. The New York Jets, Buffalo Bills, and New England Patriots. When you get around December time, you're talking about it's going to be freezing outside. So you gotta get some semblance of a running game. You just have to, and you got to quit being so dependent on Josh Allen. And I believe, and next time I talk to Mookie Hawkins, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna be like, I want you to ask Josh Allen if he realizes like how vital he is to the team. And sometimes, I love his passion. I love his fearlessness. I love, his aggression. But he has to understand that the hopes and dreams of the Buffalo Bills they fall on his shoulders, unfortunately. They fall. And when he's, not sliding, when he's trying to run people over, when he's hurling people, you have to understand that. I mean, that's all great, but I need you to survive. I need you to live to fight another day.
Yeah, agreed. Moving on, Texans and Giants. I think we both got the Giants on this one. We could just move right along. Yeah. All right, we got the Giants on this one. We'll take the Giants over the Texans. Saints and Steelers, 2 teams that have disappointed this year.
I don't trust Andy Dalton. TJ Watt's back this week. I'm going Pittsburgh. And I was shocked because Ramona took New Orleans. She has never picked against the Steelers when I picked for the Steelers. So I'm taking Pittsburgh 20-17.
Yeah. Right now you are watching M&T Live at the Apollo. This is the fire starter in the building with Marcus the Alphabet. We sitting up here making some picks and predictions coming up for this week 10 football talk. We got a couple minutes left in the show, and we doing what we do. Shout out to Rachel who is watching right now. Shout out to Jason as well, who I can't wait to get him and a couple of his lovely family members on this show so we can interview those athletes here in Buffalo doing big things in the city. Shout out to Lanana, who had a phenomenal show actually yesterday. Had a phenomenal show at the Town Ballroom yesterday. Keep doing what you do. Can't wait to get you on here so we can talk about the things that you are doing positive in this community. All right.
Hey Torch, why don't you play that good Buffalo Bills bottle footage?
Oh, I'm going to right at the very end of this show. I'm going to play that Buffalo Bills thing. I'll be playing that thing like it's nobody's business. I played it twice yesterday on the show too. Just so y'all know, Bills, man, Bills, get with my guy.
I guess I'm here by myself still. What's going on, everybody? I guess I lost Torch real quick. I guess he'll be back up in here. We're doing picks. We were at Giants and what was it? Pittsburgh and New Orleans. I took the Steelers. I believe he took I think he said I didn't get his pick yet. I think having back TJ Watt's really going to help them out. That pass rush. I took the Steelers, I believe.
The Saints.
Are we
all right, Marcus? Can you hear me now?
I hear you fine.
Okay, I took the Saints, sir. No Steelers.
Okay,
Saints.
Okay.
Saints. All right.
Good. Okay, I got you.
No, I'm lying. I lie. I'm not taking the Saints. You know why I'm not taking the Saints?
Why?
I'm not taking the Saints because I don't believe in a running game. I don't believe in the Saints running game as much. Number two, I don't believe in a defense as much, especially when you go into Pittsburgh, which is going to be a cold place. It's going to be cold in Pittsburgh. I'm taking the Steelers this week. Sorry. No offense. Sorry, Dalton. Don't be upset with me. But I'm taking the Steelers this week. Colts and Raiders, two teams, another two dismal teams this week. Are you taking the Raiders, Las Vegas? You taking Rocco Raquelli's team, or you taking an Incredible Meg's team?
Jeff Saturday, interim coach, just got hired. Sam Ellinger, starting quarterback. As much as Derek Carr gets on my damn nerves, they still got Josh Jacobs. They still got Devontae Adams. I got a snooze fest 14-10 Las Vegas.
14-10 Las Vegas. Well, it is so interesting this week because we get to have the traditional before Thanksgiving. There's always a season of giving thanks, and everybody be happy when you give in this season. And I feel like this is going to be another season of giving. Star of the movie will be the Dallas Cowboys this week. The star of this movie. They'll be the givers the cheerful givers this week as they give my Green Bay Packers a win this week. As they give my Green Bay Packers a win this week. Marcus, what's your thoughts on this game?
You don't believe that. You don't really believe that. You cannot believe that. You cannot believe that. I believe Aaron Rodgers is in trouble, man. Aaron Rodgers is in trouble this week. He's in a lot of trouble. That pass rush, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. Packers have no receivers. They have absolutely no receivers. You know, Aaron Jones, he left the game early last week. I don't see it. And then you got the Cowboys coming off a bye week, well rested. Zeke should be back. Tony Pollard, and you're hearing a lot of talk about Odell Beckham Jr. to the Cowboys. So I got the Cowboys 35-17 Cowboys.
Whoa. 35. Wait a minute. Did you just give my Packers the Jacksonville Jaguars Kansas City Chiefs treatment? Did I hear that right?
I'm feeling very
up there in the booth up there. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear what he said? Oh my goodness, Marcus, the alphabets. You really, I done told you. I see you want to start some stuff today. NCW has an event today. If you want to wrestle, Marcus, I could call up Sam Slade. We can get a wrestling matchup right now, 1-on-1, no holds barred for whatever title you want it to be for. But, sir, have we solely forgotten what the Green Bay Packers do to your Dallas Cowboys? It's like missionary every single night when it comes to the Packers and Cowboys. We know exactly what's going to happen when the Packers meet the Cowboys every single time damn near. And you want to try to give my Packers the Jacksonville Jaguars treatment? Are you kidding me, sir? No. I'm taking Green Bay in one. 28-24. Green Bay bounces back from 5 straight losses. It's been 5 straight losses. Well, if it's a good way to get back on the winning track, just bring the Dallas Cowboys into town. And you know what Green Bay do with them. So Green Bay this week. Matter of fact, I can't wait. I hope they put this game on television because I'm going to call this game. I'm calling you, sir. You getting the call. I'll make sure
That's fine. I want you to, but when they lose, right here. And don't disappear like Osama bin Laden or Carmen Sandiego. Don't disappear like where's Waldo? I need you right here.
Right here. I need you right here. And Dalton, I know you not co-signing this mess. You co-signing these Cowboys, man. 24-13. Y'all disrespectful. All right. Y'all are highly disrespectful right now. What time is it? 4:42. I can't believe how disrespectful y'all being in here. Cowboys 35, Packers 17.
We can do a profile pick bet, Torch. We can do
sure. Why not?
We can do a profile. Sure. One week. Whoever loses, you got to put the Cowboys as your profile pick for 1 week. And if the Packers win, I'll put up the Packers as my profile pick for 1 week.
Well, have fun. Get ready. Okay, get ready. I want you to get ready for that because it's coming. You're gonna be putting a nice G on your on your joint. Nice little G.
I hear you.
I want you right here when it happens.
When Michael Parsons has 3 sacks in the game and Aaron Rodgers is running for his life, I need you right here. Right here.
That's all right. When Dak Prescott do what he do, as usual, when it comes to the Packers.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to be handing the ball off 20 times to Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. That's what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, he better keep them chains moving, because if he don't keep the chains moving, it's going to be a problem. Green Bay, I guarantee you.
And Rashawn Gary's out for the season too.
So you would put a damper on the game. You would mention that. Yes, Rashawn Gary is out for
maybe your best defender, and I like Jair Alexander.
Devontae Campbell is out too. Devondre Campbell is out too this week. Ugh.
I need you right here. No Romeo Dobbs. I need you right here. Okay. Aaron Rodgers, get ready. You couldn't beat. Man. I'm telling you, man. You were having a hard time against the Jets defense, and you got Micah Parsons coming to town and Trey Diggs. Okay, I hear you.
All right. I really think that game should have probably been a Sunday night game instead of the Chargers and the 49ers. I'm a big fan of the Chargers game being on Sunday Night Football, but whatever. We got the Cardinals and Rams coming up. This one's a doozy. I'm going to take the Rams to get it done.
No Matthew Stafford. Matt Wolford will be the starting quarterback for the Rams.
Oh, never mind. I'm taking the Cardinals.
John Wolford is going to be the starter. So, okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's going to pull some wool. He's going to pull some wool over our eyes, too.
Future Hall of Famer John Wolford will be the starter. Matt Stafford's in concussion protocol.
What'd you say? Future Hall of Famer Matt Wolford? You said John Wolford? Stop it. I'm done with this. This conversation there. Dude, you got tears. Yeah, I did have tears coming out my eyes.
Oh my God.
You are hilarious. John Wolford, future Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer John Wolford plays this week.
Future Hall of Famer and all pro John Wolford. He's going to get the nod most likely.
All right. Cardinals. I'll take the Pretenders. All right. I'll take them. Chargers, 49ers, who you got? I actually got the 49ers this week.
49ers coming off a bye. Christian McCaffrey, another week in the system. They're getting him acclimated. Deebo Samuel off of the injury report. Drake Kinlaw off the injury report. Deebo Samuel off the injury report. Yeah, give me San Francisco. I got it 30-18 San Fran.
Yeah, they got San Francisco at 7.5-point favorites in this one too, by the way. 7.5-point favorites for the San Francisco 49ers, a team that's 4-4 against a 5-3 Chargers team. Interesting enough. Eagles, and I don't even know why this game is even being shown on Monday Night Football. I think there's some other things I could watch on Monday Night Football, on Monday Night. Monday Night Raw. I'll watch some Monday Night Raw. Catch up on some shows.
Monday Night Weather Channel.
Weather Channel. Something. Are we really? The Eagles are one.
Monday Night C-SPAN.
Monday Night C-SPAN. You silly. We could watch how it done took Arizona so long to get these election votes in on Monday. They probably won't be done by Monday either. We could watch that instead of Monday Night Football too. Right. I guess. Whatever, man. Eagles. Taking the Eagles. All right. So there you have it. That was our rundown here on M&T Live at the Apollo, the weekly rundown right here. Marcus the Alphabet's in the building with me. Sir, this has been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure doing shows with you. Oh, yeah, by the way, I ain't forget. You thought I forgot about that? You showed like I forgot. You guys, if you are on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, will be able to see this commercial. Again, my guy, Marcus the Alphabets, with the bottles, popping bottles. I call it the popping bottles commercial. Pop them bottles. Enjoy yourself. NCW, we coming up. Jaw U Club in the building. Jaw U Club will be in the building. Coming up. Shout out Jay Andre, Dalton, myself, Jeremiah.
Yeah,
we'll be in the building.
Bills Mafia. Don Brown. Yeah. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm with the Buffalo Bills. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got Josh Allen on my team. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, can you catch it? Can you? Trade day is like a mask, you not catching anything. Matt Milano making plays, we not scared of any team. Best in the AFC, all the praise of Brandon Bean. You hear Sean McDermott clapping while I'm snapping? Do you? Jerry Hughes will get the sack soon as you snap it. Yeah. Andre Roberts running back, ain't no just backing. Mafia, we on a ride and we got traction. We got Beasley, we got Diggs. McKenzie make you miss. Dawson Knox with the stiff arm, treat opponents just like his. Feliciano, Deion Dawkins block defenders like the Fins. Hey, it's the Mafia. I said no one on top of us. I said no one is blocking us on top of our division, so it's clear that it's no stopping us. Google best team in the league and we popping up. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got Josh Allen on my team. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills.
Yeah.
And with that said, this has been a whole lot of fun, man. It's been a whole lot of fun. M&T Live at the Apollo. We will be on tomorrow night, Waffle Sports, 6 p.m. And then you will also have the Buffalo Bills edition of Rise Up late night, the reaction show right afterwards. If I am not still on patrol. But make sure y'all tune in. Support your Bills, man. Support your Bills. It's going to be a rough one, but support your Bills. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. If you're on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff, we appreciate you tuning in. And Marcus, what's those words?
It's been real. It's been fun. Josh Allen is set to start tomorrow versus the Vikings. They did not move up Matt Barkley from the practice squad. Josh Allen to start, according to Fox Sports News. Been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. See ya.